Charles Peete Rose Jr., born January 5, 1942, is an American television talk show host and journalist. Since 1991, he has hosted Charlie Rose, an interview show distributed nationally by PBS. Rose also has co-anchored CBS This Morning since 2012. Rose also substitutes for the anchor of the CBS Evening News. Rose, along with Lara Logan, has hosted the revived CBS classic Person to Person, a news program during which celebrities are interviewed in their homes, originally hosted from 1953 to 1961 by Edward R. Murrow. Rose was born in Henderson, North Carolina, the only child of Margaret, née Frazier, and Charles Peete Rose Sr., tobacco farmers who owned a country store. As a child, Rose lived above his parents' store in Henderson, and helped out with the family business from age 7. Rose admitted in a Fresh Dialogues interview that as a child, his insatiable curiosity was constantly getting him in trouble. A high school basketball star at Henderson High School, in his hometown, Rose entered Duke University, intending to pursue a degree with a pre-med track. However, an internship in the office of Democratic North Carolina Senator B. Everett Jordan got him interested in politics. Rose graduated in 1964 with a bachelor's degree in history. At Duke, Rose was a member of the Kappa Alpha Order fraternity. Rose earned a Juris Doctor from the Duke University School of Law in 1968. Rose met his wife, Mary King, while attending Duke. After his wife was hired by the BBC, in New York, Rose handled some assignments for the BBC on a freelance basis. In 1972, while working at New York Bankers Trust, Rose landed a job as a weekend reporter for Pix TV. Rose's break came in 1974, after Bill Moyers hired Rose as managing editor for the PBS series Bill Moyers' International Report. In 1975, Moyers named Rose executive producer of Bill Moyers' Journal. Rose soon began appearing on camera. A conversation with Jimmy Carter that aired on Moyers' TV series USA, People and Politics, won a 1976 Peabody Award. Rose then worked at several networks honing his interview skills, until NBC affiliate XS TV in Dallas-Fort Worth hired him as program manager and provided the late-night time slot that became The Charlie Rose Show. Rose worked for CBS News from 1984 to 1990, as the anchor of CBS News Night Watch, the network's first late-night news broadcast, which often featured Rose doing one-on-one interviews with notable people in a format similar to that of his later PBS show. The Night Watch broadcast of Rose's interview with Charles Manson won a News and Documentary Emmy Award in 1987. In 1990, Rose left CBS to serve as anchor of Personalities, a Fox TV-produced syndicated program, but 6 weeks into production and unhappy with the show's soundbite-driven populist tabloid journalism approach to stories, Rose left. On September 30, 1991, Charlie Rose premiered on PBS Station 13, NET, and has been nationally syndicated on PBS since January 1993. In 1994, Rose moved the show to a studio owned by Bloomberg Television, which allowed for high-definition video via satellite remote interviews. Rose was a correspondent for 60 Minutes from its inception in January 1999, until its cancellation in September 2005, and was later named a correspondent on 60 Minutes. Rose was a member of the board of directors of Citadel Broadcasting Corporation from 2003 to 2009. In May 2010, Charlie Rose delivered the commencement address at North Carolina State University. On November 15, 2011, it was announced that Rose would return to CBS to help anchor CBS This Morning, replacing The Early Show, commencing January 9, 2012, along with co-anchors Gayle King and Erica Hill. Rose has interviewed many celebrities, institutional leaders, and political figures, including Donald Trump, 1992. Bill Gates, 1996, Steve Jobs, 1996, Sean Penn, 2008 and 2016, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, 2013, for which he won a second Peabody Award, U.S. President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle, 2012, U.S. business magnate Warren Buffett. MIT linguistics professor Noam Chomsky, 2003, actor, producer Leonardo DiCaprio, 2004, comedians Louis C.K. and George Carlin, actor Christoph Waltz, director Quentin Tarantino, actor Bradley Cooper, Oracle CEO Larry Ellison, former Iranian Empress Farah Pahlavi, and Vladimir Putin, 2015. Rose has appeared as himself in the film Primary Colors, 1998, in a 2000 episode of The Simpsons, and in the film Elegy, 2008. Rose and his show were parodied in the Wes Anderson film The Royal Tenenbaums, 2001. He appears as himself in the George Clooney-directed film The Ides of March, 2011, episodes of The Good Wife and Breaking Bad, both in 2013, and the 2016 film Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Rose appeared as himself on a 2017 episode of House of Cards. In 2009, Rose encouraged a discussion between the leaders of NBC and Fox that led eventually to a mutual reduction in ad hominem attacks between Keith Olbermann and Bill O'Reilly on their respective news programs. Rose has attended several Bilderberg Group conference meetings, including in Spain in 2010, and Switzerland in 2011. Rose received an honorary doctorate from the State University of New York at Oswego on October 16, 2014, during the college's annual Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit, for his contributions in the broadcast, media, and television industries. On May 8, 2016, Rose also received an honorary degree from the University of the South. On November 20, 2017, 8 women who were employees of or aspired to work for Rose accused him of contriving to be naked in their presence, groping and making lewd phone calls. The accusations, which were made in a Washington Post report, dealt with conduct from the late 1990s to 2011s. Following the publication of the article on the women's statements, PBS and Bloomberg LP suspended distribution of Rose's show, and CBS announced that it was suspending Rose pending an investigation. Rose issued a statement reading, "I deeply apologize for my inappropriate behavior. I am greatly embarrassed. I have behaved insensitively at times, and I accept responsibility for that, though I do not believe that all of these allegations are accurate. I always felt that I was pursuing shared feelings, even though I now realize I was mistaken." In 2015, Rose won the Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism. Rose is divorced from Mary Rose, née King, to whom he was married from 1968 to 1980. In 2002, socialite and former chairman of the New York City Planning Commission and director of the City Department of Planning Amanda Burden, a stepdaughter of CBS founder William S. Paley, had been in a relationship with Rose for a decade. In 2011, Rose told a Financial Times reporter that he and Burden had stopped dating in about 2006. On March 29, 2006, after experiencing shortness of breath in Syria, Rose was flown to Paris and underwent surgery for mitral valve repair in the Georges Pompidou European Hospital. Rose's surgery was performed under the supervision of Alain F. Carpentier, a pioneer of the procedure. Rose returned to the air on June 12, 2006, with Bill Moyers and Yvette Vega, the show's executive producer, to discuss his surgery and recuperation. In February 2017, Rose announced he would undertake another surgery, replacing that same valve. Rose owns a large house in Henderson, North Carolina, a 5,500-square-foot beach home on Long Island, and an apartment overlooking Central Park in New York City, each worth several $1 million. Rose also owns an apartment in Washington, D.C., and Paris. In 1990, Rose purchased a 525-acre soybean farm near Oxford, North Carolina for use as a country retreat. Rose named the property Grassy Creek Farm. Rose is a member of the Deepdale Country Club on Long Island.